You are watching News 9 Live, and we are continuing our non-stop coverage of the Karnataka State Assembly elections that are set to take place in just about a month's time. I have Varghese Abraham, my colleague, joining us in the studio. Varghese, right now, as far as the Karnataka elections are concerned, it's all about the list that Congress is making. The first list is out. Now we're talking about the second list, and the big suspense is what will be Sidda'S second seat. The Congress Central Election Committee meeting, which held a discussion to finalize the party candidates for the upcoming assembly polls, remained inconclusive for the second consecutive day. The CEC, chaired by party national president Mallikarjun Kharge, was able to finalize the candidates for 60 seats out of the 100. For 40 seats, there are 2 to 3 aspirants for each. And the leaders have decided to hold one more round of deliberations on Thursday, and we are tracking the latest updates from that. We have our colleagues in Karnataka joining us with the latest as far as the ground situation is concerned, as far as the Congress party is concerned. Varghese, let's begin with this. What are your thoughts as the Congress makes its list? We've been talking about it for quite a while. It has a problem of plenty.
It has a problem of plenty, but the issue over here that we are to look at is why is it that the Kolar seat has been kept in abeyance. Right. Like nobody is telling as to whether it will be the second seat for Sidda'S or someone else who's going to get that particular seat. So the issue over here is that he has been given Varuna, which has been his traditional bastion. His son was in fact holding onto that seat, and now his father will be, of course, replacing him. But Sidda'S has always been going for a second seat as well. What does it tell about Sidda'S' confidence in fighting from Varuna, and also why it has been kept in abeyance? That means there has been a lot of talks going with regards to the Kolar seat, and probably Sidda'S is also throwing his weight behind the nominations for the Kolar seat as well. Either it will be considered as a second seat, or Sidda'S wants one of his nominees to in fact contest from Kolar as such. But then DK Shivakumar is not going to leave about it, and DK Shivakumar has come out and said that nobody is going to be given a second seat. So all this put together, it looks like there's a lot of backroom activity that is in fact going on at the moment.
Right, a lot of backroom parleys within the Congress party. Let me then ask you, let's talk about the Kolar seat per se. Interesting, a constituency, isn't it? Kolar as a seat. It has a Tamil population over there. We've seen, history says, and AIDMK has even won from there a couple of times. Talk to us about the Kolar constituency and as a seat right now.
Well, Kolar right now is considered to becoming one of the most important real estate properties that we would in fact see. Kolar has seen a rise in people moving from Bengaluru becoming quite crowded as such. They have in fact started moving to Kolar and setting up base there. Businesses have also been set up in Kolar. So Kolar is considered to be the next probably satellite town for Bengaluru. And improvement in connectivity has been happening. And as you said, there is a demography that needs to be kept in mind, but it's also changing. The demography that we're talking about is that there is a huge Tamil population in Kolar, but that is also changing with, as I was saying, a lot of residential layouts coming up in Kolar. So things are changing there, but not as it would upset the apple cart of the electoral maths now, but things are changing there. So Kolar has its own uniqueness because it is in fact connected with Tamil Nadu. It is also connected with Andhra Pradesh, and then you have the Karnataka factor in it, and of course KGF. I mean,
the movie KGF. We had to talk about it. Yeah, but KGF. Of course, the gold fields are not, are nearly shut, across the board.
Yeah, there is no gold field that is in fact in production right now, and that is there. So there is a question of whether this government will in fact go ahead and start or restart these gold mines as such, because there have been interesting finds and surveys that have been coming in from the Geological Commission as well, which has been saying that there is a possibility that there is a large untapped reserve of gold. So the locals have been asking the current government to go ahead and bring in industry to mine the gold that could be possibly lying there and to conduct more surveys. But that has not been happening as of now because it's a very sensitive issue. Nationally as well as for the state, so people have been going quite slow on it. But of course, aspirations can't be met unless you actually go fast. So that is also
the gold in Kolar, quite literally.
So now it looks like it's a political gold seat because it is a gold seat for Sidda'S if he is able to get it as a second seat. But again, otherwise his nominee. But then DK is also not letting go of it. So if you put everything together, Kolar is very, very important right now if you look into the larger picture of it.
Oh, absolutely. It is the gold standard, as we keep punning on it and clichéing on it. Mahesh Chitnis joins us live. Mahesh, Kolar, we have Varghese Abraham talking about, plans to restart gold mining over there. It's a very important seat. The question is, will that be Sidda'S second seat, when the list is finally decided as deliberations continue in the Congress Election Committee?
That's what Siddharamaiah is demanding, to get a second seat, so that if he manages to win both the seats, he can give up Varuna seat and contest his son Dr. Yatindra in a by-election and get him back into the ministry or the legislature. But one thing we need to understand here is, during the Congress Screening Committee meeting held recently in Bangalore, several Congress leaders, apart from DK Shivakumar, have opposed to Siddharamaiah's second seat demand. One particular leader being Dr. G. Parameshwara, who is a former minister and former KPCC president. He particularly said that why special treatment is being given to Siddharamaiah. And he has also said that if Siddharamaiah decides to contest on the 2 seats, and even we must be given 2 seats, so that we can expand our base, and through our clout we can win more seats. So that is the deliberation going on, and it will be important to see whether the CEC will give up, has the clout to say no to Siddharamaiah. Because everyone knows that Siddharamaiah is the tallest leader currently when it comes to vote share and managing to get mass votes in the upcoming elections. But one thing we need to understand, in the second list that has been released today, 42 candidates' names have been released, and in which there are 4 defectors have got the tickets. One being Babarao Chinchansur from Gurmitkal, S.R. Srinivas from Gubbi, N.Y. Gopalakrishna from Malkolmuru, V.S. Patil from Yellapur. In the second list, there were candidates to whom Shivakumar and Siddharamaiah supporters were battling it out to get maximum tickets. And in the second list, it is the upper hand for DK Shivakumar, whose supporters have got maximum number of seats when it compared to Siddharamaiah.
Right.
YSV Datta, who was a former JDS MLA, had joined Congress in January this year and was hoping for a ticket from Kadur, but he has been denied ticket, and he is a close aide of Siddharamaiah. So overall, if you take into the consideration of the second list, it's a DK Shivakumar who has got upper hand, but we'll have to see if that will continue in the third list, and also in the Kolar seat, whether DK Shivakumar will have upper hand or Siddharamaiah.
Right. So somewhere, Mahesh, the picture is emerging is that Congress is doing the, delicate balancing act of, giving, equal upper hands to both DK Shivakumar and Siddharamaiah. And in that sense, do you think if DK Shivakumar does have an upper hand now, Siddharamaiah will be finally convinced by being given the second seat, although DK Shivakumar has said apparently that nobody gets a second seat in this party?
Yeah, initially DK Shivakumar had said that way back in last year only, when the discussions were going on about the second seat, when the comparison were happening from 2018 to 2023, Shivakumar has said that nobody will get a second seat. But in the current scenario, Shivakumar has mentioned that it is left to CEC, who will be taking a final decision. And it's very difficult for Siddharamaiah to say, for the CEC to say no to a leader like Siddharamaiah. So I think Congress might say yes to Siddharamaiah by giving him 2 seats in Varuna and Kolar.
But Mahesh, one of the interesting things is...
All right. Hold on, gentlemen. We are shifting focus away from Karnataka to the opposition parties, Tiranga March, and Mallikarjun Kharge. Congress Party President is addressing the media. Let's cut across live and listen.
लोकसभा में एक उन्होंने पूछा था कि अदानी की संपत्ति इतनी बड़ी केवल 2.5 साल में, तो ये कैसा बढ़ा, इसका विवरण दो, इसकी चर्चा हो। तब उन्होंने यही कहा, कितने बार आपके साथ वो फॉरेन ट्रिप में आए, आपके साथ कहाँ उनकी मुलाकात हो गई, जिन जिन देशों में आप गए। आप जाने से पहले किन किन देशों में उन्होंने आपसे पहले जाकर आपसे मिले और किन किन देशों के प्रधानमंत्रियों से या वहां के बिजनेसमैन से या वहां के मंत्रियों से मुलाकात किए और आपके वजह से उनको कौन सा ऑर्डर मिला, कैसा मिला, ये सारे डिटेल यहां पर चर्चा होना चाहिए। इसीलिए हम जेपीसी की मांग कर रहे थे, जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट कमेटी की। इसमें कोई उनको नुकसान तो होने वाला नहीं था, क्योंकि उनको 2/3 मेजॉरिटी है हाउस में, लोकसभा में, राज्यसभा में भी उनकी मेजॉरिटी है। जब कमेटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट होती है तो मेजॉरिटी मेंबर्स आपके रहते हैं, इसके बावजूद आप जेपीसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करने को क्यों डर रहे हो? ये हमारा पहला सवाल है। मेंबर तो आपके ज्यादा होते हैं, लेकिन हमको एक फायदा होता है कि ज्वाइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करने से सारे दस्तावेज, कागजात, डॉक्यूमेंट एग्जामिन करने के लिए अपोजिशन पार्टियों को एक मौका मिलता है। इसीलिए और वो एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी उसमें रहती है, तो इसीलिए हमारी मांग थी। उसको उन्होंने नकारा और उसके बारे में वो कुछ भी कहने को तैयार नहीं है। इसीलिए ये मुद्दे जो राहुल जी ने उठाए थे उसको उन्होंने अलग करके दूसरा ये इश्यू डाइवर्ट करने के लिए उन्होंने माफी मांगो, तुम यूके में जाके ऐसा बोले, ये करे, वो करे, ये बोले। अरे यहां सवाल है पार्लियामेंट का, यहां सवाल है घोटाले का, यहां सवाल है जो जिसने देश की संपत्ति को लूटा गलत तरीके से, अपने शेयर्स को बढ़ावा दिया और छोटे छोटे शेल कंपनीज बना के करोड़ों रुपए उसमें लिए, इसका सवाल है। देश की संपत्ति बचाने के लिए हम सारे लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो इसको मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं, क्योंकि दाल में कुछ काला है। कुछ संबंध उनके ऐसे होंगे जिस वजह से वो जेपीसी करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। और तीसरी बात कि प्रधानमंत्री खुद सदन में नहीं रहते, सदन जब चलती है तो दौरे पे रहते हैं, सदन जब चलती है तो इलेक्शन प्रचार में जाते हैं। ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ, कोई भी नहीं किया ऐसा कभी। एक वर्क है तो तब 1-2 दिन के लिए जाते थे, लेकिन हमारे प्रधानमंत्री तो जैसा वो कहते हैं कि सुब्रमण्यम सारी दुनिया का चक्कर लगाया और उसके बाद भी उसको जो मिलना था नहीं मिला, वो गणपति को मिला, ऐसा बोलते हैं। क्योंकि गणपति बैठे जगह बैठा और वो बोला तो सारी दुनिया यहाँ शंकर के पास, पार्वती के पास है, तो तुम तो दुनिया भर फिर क्या है, मैं तो यहीं बैठा हूं। तो इनका उद्देश्य क्या है कि बाहर फिरते रहते हैं, लेकिन पार्लियामेंट में जो आंसर देना, लोगों को बताना और लोगों के लिए जो डेवलपमेंट करना, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, इसके बारे में वो तवज्जो नहीं दे रहे। पुराने रेलगाड़ियों को नए इंजन लगा के हर जगह हरी झंडी फहराती। अरे मैं तो एक ही साल में 27 ट्रेन छोड़े थे, वाराणसी को और वैष्णो देवी को, और उसके बाद हमारे राजस्थान में अजमेर को। हमने कभी हरी झंडी लगाकर प्रचार नहीं किए। वहीं पर वही इसमें अब दिल्ली से हरी झंडी और भाषण, मंगलूर को हरी झंडी एक भाषण, और चेन्नई बॉम्बे से एक हरी झंडी भाषण, भोपाल वो एक। अरे एक रेल छोड़ने के लिए आपकी जरूरत है, वहां का एमपी है, वहां का इंचार्ज मिनिस्टर रहता है, लेकिन इन्हों जाके प्लेटफॉर्म में लंबे करके दूसरे कोई काम नहीं किए। मैं एक ही स्पीड से इतना काम, क्या पटरी भी आप ही डाले थे क्या? हाँ, ऐसा कोई एक नया योजना करके आप अगर जैसा कि पीर पंजा हमने किया था, पटरी भी डाली थी, टनल भी खोदा था, अरुणाचल का था, सब।
Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress Party president there, the opposition taking out a Tiranga march and questioning why a joint parliamentary committee probe has not been allowed. Let's continue listening to Mallikarjun Kharge. Right, Kharge essentially continuing the attack that the opposition is being oppressed, they're not being allowed to talk, and the government specifically doesn't want to erupt corruption.
जो हिंडनबर्ग रिपोर्ट के बारे में उन्होंने अपनी बात रखी थी, उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई एक सूरत के कोर्ट के ऑर्डर से 2 साल की जो सजा हो गई थी हुई है, उसको इतना लाइटनिंग स्पीड से उन्होंने डिस्क्वालीफाई कर दिया। मैं आपको एक केस बताता हूं अपने इसका गुजरात का। एक गुजरात के एक एमपी ने, जिनका नाम है बीजेपी के अमरेली एमपी नारायण भाई कचाड़िया, उनको तो लोकल कोर्ट ने 3 साल के लिए कन्विक्ट किया, लेकिन डिस्क्वालीफाई नहीं करे इमीडिएटली। फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने क्या किया था, एक शेड्यूल कास्ट डॉक्टर्स को 20 लोग जाके तमाचा मारे, उसको गालियां दिए, हमने फोन किया था तुम नहीं उठाए, और वो बेचारे का अपराध कुछ नहीं था कि वो दूसरे पेशेंट को देख रहा था और फोन साइलेंट में थी। तब उन्होंने खुद आकर उसके ऊपर हमला किया। जब 3 साल का उसका कन्विक्शन हुआ तो सेशन कोर्ट ने उसको जो सेंटेंस नीचे दिए थे वही अपहेल्ड किए, उनका अपील रिजेक्ट हुआ। फिर उसके बाद में वो हाई कोर्ट में चले गए, वहां भी वो रिजेक्ट हुआ। उसके बाद में उन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में गए, वहां पर उनको पनिशमेंट ही हुआ, 5 लाख रुपए देना और कुछ माफी मांगना, ये उन्होंने कहा। यानी कन्विक्टेड, 3 इयर्स कन्विक्टेड, उसको 16 दिन का टाइम देते हो, लाइटनिंग स्पीड में उसकी अपील डिस्पोज ऑफ करते हो, और हम यहां पर अपील डालते हैं तो उसको 1 महीने का टाइम एक्सटेंशन दे रहा है। तो ठीक है, हम कोई जुडिशरी के ऊपर कंप्लेंट नहीं करना चाहते, जो भी उन्होंने कहा है उसका स्वागत करते हैं, हम लड़ेंगे कानून के तौर से। लेकिन आप देखिए, एक आदमी को 3 साल की सजा होती है, उसका डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं होता है इमीडिएटली, और एक राहुल गांधी जी को 2 साल की सजा होती है डिफेमेशन केस में, क्रिमिनल केस में नहीं। तो उनको आप लाइटनिंग स्पीड में डिस्क्वालीफाई करते हैं, नोटिफिकेशन निकालते हैं। तो ये डेमोक्रेसी है? अगर कोई गए, नहीं, हमारे देश में रूल्स के मुताबिक, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के मुताबिक, बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी के मुताबिक अगर नहीं चल रहे पार्लियामेंट, अगर कोई कहे तो ये गुनाह है और ये दिखता है, लेकिन मुझे मालूम नहीं इसको किस ढंग से हमारे मीडिया के दोस्तों लेते हैं, वो मैं इसको ज़्यादा बोलने नहीं जा। और इनकी जो ये हो गई 23 मार्च को कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया, 24 को लोकसभा सेक्रेटरिएट में आया और 28 को लोकसभा सेक्रेटरिएट ने नोटिफिकेशन निकाल के यहाँ तक बोला कि राहुल जी अपना रेसिडेंस भी खाली कर दो। ये है न्याय, इसके लिए हम लड़ रहे हैं, न्याय के लिए लड़ रहे हैं, डेमोक्रेसी के लिए लड़ रहे हैं, हम संविधान के तहत चलो इसके लिए लड़ रहे हैं। और हमने जो कानून बिजनेस एडवाइजरी के जो बिजनेस रूल्स होते हैं उसके तहत हम चल रहे हैं, लेकिन मोदी सरकार उसके तहत चलना नहीं चाहती और हमारे मुद्दे बहुत थे। हम सभी, मैं सबको धन्यवाद देता हूं, हमारे जितने भी अपोजिशन पार्टी के लीडर्स हैं यहाँ बैठे हुए सबको आई कंग्रेचुलेट देम। यूनाइटेडली दे टुक दिस इश्यू, दे फॉट, and in spite of that the government is not taking serious, they are not thinking seriously, and meanwhile they suspended one woman member, also parliament member, Rajya Sabha member Rajni Patel. She was agitating as per rule, and naturally, and so long, इतना लंबा किसी को शिक्षा नहीं मिली। एनीवे, अभी वो तो चेयरमैन साहब के पास पेंडिंग है, मैं उस पर ज़्यादा कमेंट नहीं करना चाहता हूं, लेकिन ऐसी चीज़ें चल रही है और एक को 16 दिन तक रिलीफ मिलता है और 3 साल की सजा होने के बाद वो बीजेपी का मेंबर रहने से उसका कोई संज्ञान में स्पीकर लेते ना कोई लेते। तो इसलिए दोस्तों, हम आपके पास आ रहे हैं क्योंकि बार बार हमको ये कहा जा रहा है कि अपोजिशन के लोग सदन चलने नहीं दे रहे, ये चोर उल्टा कोतवाल को डांटे, ये बात है। अरे हम अंदर आते, जब मैं नोटिस पढ़ता हूँ 265 का, अभी ऐसा पेपर लेता हूँ तो उधर से माफी मांगो, माफी मांगो, खास करके राज्यसभा में माफी मांगो। अरे कैसा मांगते, वो तो डिस्क्वालिफाइड हो गए। डिस्क्वालिफाइड मेंबर अंदर आके माफी मांगता है। अच्छा, वो राज्यसभा मेंबर भी नहीं है, वो लोकसभा के मेंबर है, आप क्यों उठाते हो? नहीं, सरकार में चल रहा है, अंधेरी नगरी चौपट राजा बोले जैसा ये चल रहा है। तो इसलिए मैं तथ्य सामने रख रहा हूं, हम पूरा कोऑपरेट करने के लिए सारे मेंबर तैयार थे, तैयार है। देश के हित में जो भी चर्चा करना चाहते हैं उसके लिए हम पूरे लोग सतर्क होके बैठे थे, लेकिन सरकार का मंशा ये था कि पूरा बजट सेशन वॉश आउट करना, तो उन्होंने अपना काम किया। ये एटीट्यूड को मैं कंडम करता हूं। अगर यही एटीट्यूड रहा, इस देश में डेमोक्रेसी बचेगी नहीं और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता डिक्टेटर तरफ ये जा रही है। इसलिए इतना कह के मैं अपने दोस्तों से कहूंगा कि दो शब्द वो भी कहे। यहाँ हमारे
President there lashing out at the Modi government after the Tiranga march, blaming the government for the washout of the budget session of the parliament. I have Vijesh Pandya, a political editor, joining us. It's interestingly, it is the Congress party saying that it's the government that is not willing to talk about corruption. And that's the reason why they don't want to have a joint parliamentary committee probe. And had they, had asked for it, then this entire session would not have been washed out, Brijesh.
Well, yes, it's kind of history kind of repeating itself. If you remember when the UPA 2 was in power, it was Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj and the BJP which had led to several washout sessions before the JPC was constituted. I think this is one of the first sessions which has fallen prey to the demand of JPC on the Hindenburg allegation against Adani Group. I think the BJP, the Congress party has realized that this is one issue in which if they are able to prove something, then they will be able to take down Prime Minister Narendra Modi's narrative of war against corruption. And this is the reason why, if you see, right from, say, Trinamool's Mahua Moitra to Derek O'Brien to Congress parties, their president Mallikarjun Kharge as well as Rahul Gandhi and other opposition parties, they are all concentrating on this particular issue, and they've ensured that they will not let the House function till a JPC's order. The BJP, which was kind of, on the back foot, gained a lot of strength and strategy post Rahul Gandhi's comment in Cambridge. And this is the reason why they immediately turned it on the nationalistic pitch. And if you remember, in the last 10-15 days, we have seen a cabinet minister, a very, very senior leader, has at 9:30 in the morning, giving a soundbite on what they feel of how Rahul Gandhi should apologize for making those false allegations and all. It kind of set the tempo for the day, which one side asking for JPC to probe into Hindenburg allegation, and the second side that Rahul Gandhi should apologize. And I don't see anything coming out of it, because both sides are adamant, as both sides realize that if they backtrack even an inch, it's like they have to cede the battle. And this is the reason why, we had discussed this 3-4 times right at the start, whether this the part B of the budget session will function or not. And it was very clear then, it's very clear now, that the chances of both sides meeting and a rapprochement being possible doesn't look like.
It doesn't look like it. And one of the main reasons for that is that we are in 2023. It is an election year. And we have the Karnataka State Assembly elections coming up in just about a month's time, and where the tussle for seats within the Congress party, Brajesh, continues. No conclusion on the second list. The discussions, deliberations continuing of the Congress Election Committee in Karnataka as we speak. Will Sidda'S get a second seat in Kolar is a big question, and also so many aspirants, Brajesh, this time around in the Congress party for a seat, because so many turncoats from the BJP and the JDS have joined the Congress party. So it's a massive tussle for tickets within the Congress party this time.
It is indeed a massive tussle, and it'll be very, very interesting to see whether Siddha gets a second seat or not, because that will cement his position within the party and also sending a very clear signal. It's also this time, it's a very I would say a very keenly contested battle which is going on between DKS and Siddha, and both sides realize that they have a good shot at power, and both sides would want to be the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister of the state. DKS had helped as a troubleshooter for the party. If you remember when the floor test was there. And DKS has emerged as the state president also, so he feels that now the time has come for him to get a shot at power as to the post of chief minister.
And Brajesh, from what we understand, Mahesh, we're talking to our people on the ground, in Karnataka, in News 9 Karnataka, and they're telling us that so far more number of supporters of the DKS team, Camp DKS, have gotten seats so far than Sidda'S. So in that sense, so far, DKS holds an upper hand. But we know that every single time Rahul Gandhi goes there, every single time Mallikarjun Kharge is over there, it's because they're trying to strike the balancing act between these two, stalwarts of the Congress party, so to speak.
I think, this is the biggest challenge for the Congress party, that if they are not able to contain the factional fight, if they're not able to bring a rapprochement between the two, they might lose the most important election, I think, in the last 20 years as far as the Congress party is concerned. If they lose Karnataka, trust me, all talks of Congress revival will be literally down the drain. And a win and an emphatic victory in Karnataka is something which is very, very crucial as far as the Congress party is concerned. And this is the reason why, we see a judicious balance till now. DKS is a moneyed and a connected and a very powerful leader in the Congress party. People know that he's a troubleshooter, and he has actually bailed them out in several tricky situations as far as their previous
also called the ATM of the Congress party.
Well, post his ATM sobriquet, he has seen several raids by the Enforcement Directorate. So,
we'll hold on to that one for now. So, it is a big tussle between these two, powerful faces, and Congress party, God knows, needs both of them, needs both the Vokkaliga votes that the DKS can bring and the Kuruba votes that Sidda'S can bring, and the goodwill of Sidda'S per se, etc. So, it's very important to do that, the balancing act. But, leave these two alone. Congress is, at this stage, you've seen the fights that broke out on Queen's Road in Bengaluru outside the Congress, Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee office. I've seen aspirants having a go at each other. None of that should also derail the Congress party's, chances this time of the elections.
Krishna, it's a very interesting thing in politics, it's like bad news is not bad. No news is bad news. And the point is that, these are subtle indicators through which you try to gauge what is the performance of the party in going to be in the election.
Right.
Like, if there's a trickle of people joining that particular party, it's not foolproof, but it's a hint that, something is right in that party.
Which way is the wind blowing?
Which way is the wind blowing? The same is with this kind of visuals which you see, the instant analysis would be, oh, see, there's a fight, it may derail the party. But the fact is that now there is a premium on Congress ticket.
Right.
And now people are actually fighting to get that ticket, means that if we analyze it, that the ticket of the Congress is also in premium, which is good news for the Congress. Once the aspirant gets ticket, then he has his time and chance on his side to placate his opposition to ensure that he's able to win. But that fight, trust me, is not a bad optics for the Congress party. It means that there's a premium on their ticket, which is good news for the Congress party.
And if so many are fighting, from what we understand is that so many of them with the right kind of money heft and people power are the ones who are fighting, which means that it's a great squad that Congress is picking from, and there's a premium on if you get selected in the final 11, as we continue with our cricketing analogies over here. Brijesh, the one last thing I want to ask you is this, we came to this Karnataka Congress discussion from the national, from what's going on Congress at the national level, the holding the Tiranga March, and then what happened in the Supreme Court with the Congress party. Things ain't going all that well for the Congress party, in Delhi. And clearly that's the reason why what is happening in Karnataka and what is going to happen in Karnataka in a month's time can completely turn the tides for Congress in Delhi even.
Well, absolutely. Krishna, I have been firm believer in the last 20 years, ever since I have been covering politics and all, is that the only thing which gets a party going is not narration, is not nothing. The only thing which gets a party going is victory.
Yeah.
If you keep on winning states, like, you can say 50 things about Narendra Modi. You can say you like him, don't like him, this, that, he's catering to this industrialist, not catering to this industrialist. But as long as he's winning, there's no way you can cut him to size. There's no way you can take him on. There's no way you can derail his narrative. So same thing is with Congress party. You can talk about Adani, Hindenburg, corruption, this, that, blah, blah. But you have to win election.
Nothing succeeds like success.
Absolutely. If the Congress party wins election and an emphatic victory in Karnataka, trust me, there'll be a bounce in the step of the Congress party. When they start taking on BJP, they will be doing it with much more confidence at their command. And once you start succeeding, then the chances of you making error is also very less.
True.
So I think, everything starts from victory. If you're not victorious, you can go to town or try to do whatever you want to allege that, Adani has done that, it can get you decent press coverage, but nothing more than that.
Right, absolutely. Another saying that comes to my mind, you can talk about winning, but nobody will listen. You win and then talk, everybody listens.
Absolutely.
And that's the fact of the matter. And with that, we've completely run out of time here on this particular discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Brijesh Pandey, our political editor. That's why he's a political editor, putting things into perspective for us. Thank you for watching. It's a wrap here on this edition of News 9 Live. Keep it with News 9 for more news and analysis.